Pete Sampras serving at 1-2 here in the second set. He won the first 6 games to 1. The Brazilian crowd coming alive here between games, trying to exhort Gustavo Kuerten, their hero. And he himself says it's not just the Brazilians who live in the Miami area, some of whom have come here from the match, others who live here. But he said also all of the Latin American fans. They just kind of embrace him because he's representing their continent. Well, this hit that.
Oh, well, Tempe played here. He's from Ecuador. There's a big following. 40% of the crowd that comes through the gates here is from South America. This is almost like the adopted championship, the Grand Slam for South America. People really freak out. 2 years ago when Marcelo Rios gained the #1 ranking winning this tournament, there's a big Chilean following here. And they paint their faces and bring the flags and go absolutely nuts. Great for tennis.
Oh yeah, it adds a lot of color, excitement to the matches. And if Guga can just get a little run going here, you'll hear from them. But Sampras can quiet the crowd with an ace.
You can't read that. The serve is so, it's 124, but look, you can't read this as a professional. What you're trying to do is read the toss. Both arms are up at the same time. He doesn't have any hitches with the racket, and then he explodes in the right position. So as a returner, you're frozen guessing to the backhand or forehand, and it's too late when he decides to pick the forehand side.
30-love second serve, Sampras.
Second serve.
And down on the paint for Ouellette.
At least this is a different type of play. You're down 30-love in the game. If you're Gustavo Kuerten, try something different. Give the guy another look. He loses the point, but hey, trying something different. Go to another type of game plan.
Jammed him again. That was effective early in the first set for Sampras, and he holds it love. 2-all second set.
2 games on.
Sampras with a set in hand. $410,000 in prize money goes to the winner, and the runner-up. Not a bad payday. 215 grand and 100 valuable points in the ATP Champions race will go to the champion here today.
The World Championship in Lisbon, moving from Hanover, Germany.
Beautiful venue and a beautiful country. Lisbon, Portugal, end of the season. Tennis Masters Series. That's right on the line, and even Kuerten gives it a bit of a cursory look. He didn't make the shot back.
Well, what do you do if you're Gustavo Kuerten? Well, number one, you got to get that first serve in, take a little bit off, and then start moving Pete Sampras around from the ground.
Love 15 on serve, second set. Double fault.
And that's a pressure double fault. Gustavo knows that Pete's going to be slicing and dicing, trying to get to the net, taking that ball early. And so Gustavo's trying to serve it nice and deep, close to that line, and he pushes it long. I think Gustavo's dealing with the sun on that end.
And missing with his backhand pass.
Now this is a different type of chip return from Pete Sampras. Instead of really knifing it nice and firm deep, he almost lobs it deep. This gives him a little bit more time, 1 or 2 more steps closer to the net.
3 break points.
First serve.
Sloppy game on service here for Kuerten. It's been costly, seeing the pressure of Sampras on every point.
Watch Pete tee off on this one.
Well, he sliced it back, and Kuerten found an opening.
Well, he had to thread the needle because by Pete Sampras chipping to the middle of the court, this gives Kuerten no angle. So he has to create his own angle, and he slides this one cross court. But that's so much pressure when you got Pete Sampras breathing down your net coming to the net.
He's done it on every point. 15-40. Meaning the Brazilians simply got to get those first serves in. Here comes Sampras again. Great forehand there.
The speed and agility from Kuerten to dash out to the forehand wing and whip it cross court. Because Sampras was in total control at this point. Here's the backhand pass. Nice volley, just not deep enough. And the whipper cross court.
2 break points saved. That's long. Sampras in again. And it pays off. And a fifth pump from Sampras. He has a break here in the second and a set in hand. 3-2 Sampras in the second set. We'll return to Miami and the Ericsson Open after these messages and a word from your local Fox station. Pete Sampras with a break now at 3-2 in the second. He won the first set 6-1. Gustavo Kuerten, the 23-year-old from Brazil, in a bind here, trying to find a way to turn this back around, and Sampras not letting up. Backhand volley winner, 15-9.
Yeah, when you only lose 7 points on serve, and it's a combination of big first serves, but his ability to really juice that second serve and place it right where he wants it. And he's been aiming a lot of those serves to the forehand of Gustavo Kuerten. And that has a lot of junk on it. It's not only bad and ugly, that thing's got bite. It's jumping around, so even if you had a handle on it, it's going to shake your handle and shake the racket. Maybe only an Agassi type of guy can return that, and he dominates Agassi when he's serving well, like he did at the World Championships last year in Hanover.
10th ace for Sampras. Another blast at 127. 40 love. Kuerten can't return that. 40 love.
This really is a work of art by Pete Sampras. If you want to watch maybe the greatest player of all time play, an all-court type of player, can play from the ground, who can serve and volley, Pete Sampras at his finest right now, playing good, consistent, great tennis.
That body language too, indicating the confidence he's feeling right now. Little things he does when he's ready to serve, more sharper, and you just know that he's in control. He can feel it.
Mannerisms, yeah.
Again, Sampras.
And he holds readily at love. 4-2 here in the second up a set.
Sampras leads 4 games to 2.
We watch the aces from Pete Sampras now. A good little graphic. Pistol Pete. That one's wide. Down the middle. You just can't read it. That thing's right there in neutral position, and you don't know if he's going wide to the body or for that big cannon opener.
And here he chips and charges, and it pays off again.
Well, this has been the big wrinkle that Paul Annacone has put into the Pete Sampras game plan, and he wants to try to do this for sure on clay when the clay court season starts in the next month. There's Paul Annacone. This guy was a smasher and crasher in his day.
You know, Pete Sampras made a point in a magazine article. He says Paul deserves more credit than he gets, even more so than Brad Gilbert with Agassi.
Well, everyone will say, well, it's so easy to coach Pete Sampras. You just open up the can of balls and you get him a towel and a drink and say, hey, go and win a match and win Wimbledon. But it's not that simple. There are guys going at Pete Sampras all the time.
Tim Riley, Luke Jensen, and Pam Oliver. We're live on Fox here at the Ericsson Open in Miami, Florida, one of the Tennis Masters Series events. Men's championship final, best of 5. And Sampras in control at this point, 6-1, 4-2. Gustavo Kuerten of Brazil. And did he get that?
They sure did.
Yes, he did. A beautiful lob from Kuerten.
So to finish my thought with Paul Annacone, so when you see Pete Sampras chipping and charging and being aggressive, that's really due to Paul Annacone pushing his top player to move forward to keep points short.
in game.
And Kuerten holds to 4-3 here in the second. That's how we stand at the Ericsson. Sampras in front.